Hi there. We are going to make a quick lunch today. This is going to be my lunch, and I thought I would share it with you and see how you like it. We're going to be making a smothered cabbage and ham meal, and it's just a quick meal that you can fix in no time. So I hope you enjoy it and try the meal. And for the ones of you that have not been on my channel before, I'm Iva, and I just share things that helps people that don't make a lot of finances, don't have a lot of income, and how to live better on less. So I'm glad you're here, and we are going to be using cabbage, garlic, onions, ham in this. You use whatever kind of meat you have. I really like link sausage cut up, but I have ham today in my freezer, and that's what I'm going to use. And then of course we're going to season it with salt and pepper. But I have chopped up half of the onion already, and we're going to chop the other half. Let me know if you cook anything like this. And it's really simple, not much to it, but it's delicious. You know, some of the best meals are the simple ones. And so just let me know, and if there's any other recipes you would like for me to show you, I will be happy to do that for you. So we're going to smother down the onions first and pour a little olive oil in there. And use whatever kind of olive oil you happen to have, but I will tell you, you should always purchase olive oil that's in glass bottles. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's glass. And you want it to be where it doesn't have much of an odor. If it does, then it's kind of rancid, and you want the greenest olive oil you can get. Most bottles are green to begin with, so you don't know how green it is until you open it and use it. But if it's not very green, it's more of a yellow, then you know it's not the best. So find the ones that after you use them, you'll know how green they are, and go for those. So we are going to cut up, while the onions are smothering down, we're going to cut up our cabbage. And I don't know if you've noticed this, but mostly I have found out that nowadays onions take longer to get them tender. Let me know if you find that out when you're cooking with onions. They just don't get tender as fast as they used to. And I always do them with olive oil. Then many times I have to put a little bit of water in there to keep finishing the smothering down of them to get them really tender. So let me know if your onions get tender as fast as they used to. I know mine don't, and some people like more onions than others. I like a lot of onions, and onions are really healthy for you. They're good for everything in your body, and so it's really a blessing when you eat more onions and garlic. And if the garlic is cooked, then it's not nearly as strong, and it also doesn't have as much of an odor. And I have a garlic press. If you don't, just chop it really fine, and then take the side of your knife, put the little pieces under your knife, and you squash them like this. and you'll get more flavor from your garlic. And I'm going to put this garlic in when I put the ham in, which will be a little later. We're just going to smother the onions right now. Okay, there's more coming out. This is just one garlic clove, and it won't be too much, just being one clove. And we've got everything cut up now, and we're going to let those onions smother and get tender, and then we will put the cabbage in, and we'll put the ham and the garlic in last. And at the end, I'm going to tell you a quick tip to make it even better. And all right, we're going to wait for the onions to smother, and we'll be right back. Onions are smothered down, and we are ready to put our cabbage in. So, this was just a small head of cabbage, because I live alone, so I just cook for myself unless I have guests over. So, we're going to get it all in here, and you just chop it up however you would like. Oh, that's the little pieces of the onion I didn't want in there. So we're going to put it back on the fire and smother this down. So I hope all of you like cabbage. And if you have any good recipes for cabbage, let me know, and I will try them. And so we're going to turn the heat up a little bit again and put things over here to clean up our mess some. And so now we're going to wait for that to smother down, and I think we might go ahead and put our ham and garlic in there. I just had frozen ham and from a big one, and so I sliced some our cabbage and ham smothered down, and this skillet's kind of heavy, and we are going to check it out, and it seems to be done now. So we're going to try it. See, it's just, you can't see it very well with that camera like that. It's all smothered down. The ham, everything, the cabbage, onions, and I tasted of it just a little bit. There's some of the juice. And with that ham, it's saltier enough. So I'm not going to put any more salt in it, but we're putting black pepper in it for flavor. And you can put oregano, basil, anything you want. If you want to make it more Mediterranean, you can put basil. I have dried basil and oregano out of my garden that I've dried. And so you know that it's healthy. I use that in a lot of things, especially basil. I love that. And in my scrambled eggs, let me know how you cook your scrambled eggs. I wanted to tell you how I make mine. I put chopped up spinach, a handful of basil, and bell pepper, of course, salt and pepper, and just about anything I have. I love tomatoes chopped in it, and one day maybe we'll scramble some eggs, and I'll show you exactly how I like mine. But try that if you haven't before, and oh my gosh, scrambled eggs are so good to make a sandwich out of when you have all the vegetables in it. And I found on Pinterest a new bread recipe that is so totally healthy. If you can have eggs, it doesn't matter what else you're allergic to, as long as you can eat eggs and nuts. Tahini, I don't know if you know what tahini is, but it's similar to mayonnaise, this consistency, just a little bit thinner, and it's made out of sesame seeds. That's basically all that's in it, is sesame seeds. And just like peanut butter, well, suppose it real peanut butter is just peanuts. And you use eggs, a little bit of baking soda, I'm sorry. And you use tahini. You beat that up and bake it. I know it sounds strange, but I tried it. And I've made it twice now since I found the recipe a few weeks ago. And it is delicious. And I love scrambled eggs over that. But we're going to taste this now. And it's pretty hot. I just then took it off of the fire. And we're going to taste it. Let me get a little bit of that ham on there. And ooh, it's tender and it's just salty enough with that ham. So I hope you try this and let me know how you like it. Also, like I said, I'm going to do that bread recipe and see how y'all like that. It is just delicious. And that's all you put in it is 3 things, and then you bake it for 30 minutes. So I'm glad you tuned in to my channel, and hit the subscribe button if you will. And I hope you like this video and the recipe. And I will see you next week, if not before. Bye-bye.